Hi guys, I hope you're all well. It's currently Sunday the 14th of November 2021 and welcome to week 305 of my weight loss journey. In last week's video we all saw I had a substantial gain of £5, which is 2.3 kilogram, which meant my body mass index went from 48.5 up to 49.2. I'm going to start the proceedings off by reviewing my calorie consumption for the past week, which we can see in the graph above. The average of this was 2,472 compared to the previous week at 2,824. I have managed to bring it back down within my allowance for the first time in 3 weeks, back within 2,500 calories as an average overall for the week, which is great. For the most part of the week, I've been okay, a bit close to the margin beginning of the week. On Sunday, I had just under 2,700 calories. And of course, last night on Saturday, I actually went out for a meal to a barbecue place. It's called Smoke in Sheffield. And yeah, it was very nice. I had some brisket, some nice slices of brisket, and yeah, some double cooked chips or fries. And yeah, it was very nice. Again, very calorific. And afterwards, I had some ice cream for dessert. So that's one of the reasons why, especially yesterday evening, why my calories took a bit of a hit. I think I had near 3,200 calories. Also on Friday, my week has been pretty much really good actually, in regards to food selection and on point. Let myself down slightly on Friday evening. Really the wrong time to do anything because the weigh-in is obviously the next day. But things did creep in on Friday evening. What did I have? I had like I cut myself a decent slice of red Leicester cheese. I do like my cheese. And I had a packet of prawn cocktail crisp as well. So it was a 25-gram bag of crisp, and I also had a litre bottle of sparkling flavoured water. That in itself isn't really too much of a problem, but I don't usually like to do that when it's weigh day, just mainly a few hours away on Saturday morning, but that's what happened. So yeah, but regards to my fluid consumption, that unfortunately has decreased from the previous week to 3,471 millilitres, just falling short of my 3,500 millilitre target average for the week. So it's not good, but it's close to the target, so I'm not really too fussed with regards to that one. Now, how about my activity levels for the past week? Well, I mentioned last week I was going to have a week off from work, and I've been doing my best to fit in that activity, and we all know I like to focus mainly on my walking, and we can see my step count in the graph above. The average of this was 12,117 compared to the previous week at 10,715. So it has increased, which is great. Always like to see that stat increase. I've also incorporated a couple of days of HIIT activity, so high intensity interval training, and yeah, so that was done at home once I got back from my walks on some days. So I think that was 2 or 3 days I did that. So yeah, so that's been my week. As we all know, every 5 weeks I retake my body measurements to see if I've made any progress in that area as well. So without further ado, here are my latest results. Out of the 14 body measurements which I monitor, for the first time in my weight loss journey, I've seen a gain in my body measurements. That being a 1-inch gain on my hips and waist, which is equivalent to 2.55 centimeters. So, in the last 5 weeks, I've seen a gain of 2 inches, which is 5.1 centimeters. But what have I lost in total in the 305 weeks that I've been doing this weight loss journey? Well, this stands at 123.7 inches, which is 314.2 centimeters. It's that time of the week where we all get to see if I've managed to lose any more weight. So here it is, guys. Here's my weigh-in. I weigh 168.5 kilograms, which is 371.5 pounds, or 26 stone 7.5 pounds. This means in the past week, I've seen a gain of half a pound or 0.2 kilogram. Now, if I compare this result to the result I obtained at Slimming World, you can see this right here. At Slimming World this week, I also saw a gain of half a pound or 0.2 kilogram. Well, what can I say? This is not the result that I wanted, and I did say, I do recall in last week's video, I was not going to allow myself to see any gains for the rest of this year, and I failed on the first hurdle, the first week after saying that, and I see a gain. Yes, it's half a pound, but it's still a gain. I think if I didn't have my chunk of cheese and my packet of crisp and a litre bottle of sparkling water on Friday night before going to bed, I might have seen a maintained result. So yeah, it's that Friday night little thing what I think's messed up this result, but this is the honest result, this is the truthful result, this is what I've observed this week. Yeah, so it's not good, but there we go, that's the result. Based on this week's weight gain, and because it is just half a pound, it means my body mass index stays at 49.2. And if we look at my third weight loss target, last week it was 43.1% complete, and after the gain, it goes down to 42.4% complete. So in the 305 weeks that I've been doing this weight loss journey, I've seen a total loss of 169.7 pounds, which is 76.7 kilograms, or 12 stone, 1.7 pound. Next week, obviously, I want to put a stop to seeing these gain results I've been getting for the past 3 weeks now. I know I said I didn't want to have any more gains for the rest of this year. Let's just put this half a pound as an early blip in that statement I said last week. So no more gains whatsoever for the rest of this year. I'm hoping I'll do it. Regards to my 30-pound weight loss challenge before Christmas, as I said last week, I'm still wanting to do it, but because of the gain last week and the small gain this week, it means between now and Christmas, I've actually got to lose 33.5 pounds in order to achieve that target. Now, yes, got my work cut out for me. It's one heck of a challenge, but if I really stick to things and sort out my Saturday, make sure that I actually stick within my 2,700 on a Saturday, I think I'm going to be in good shape. I've got no plans currently for going out for meals next weekend, which is a good thing really for me at this moment, because for the past 3 weeks, 3 weekends, I've been going out for meals. A lot of catching up to do since we've all those lockdowns we've been having, and yeah, it's obviously, you've seen it, it's resulted in some quite hefty gains. So I wanted to put a stop to those gains, and yeah, so focusing on my calorie consumption, wanting to keep that within 2,500 really as an average for the week. My fluid consumption, I want to get back above 3,500 millilitres, and my activity levels, well, my walking, I want to keep above 10,000 steps as a minimum average for the week. And if I can fit in a few HIIT activities at home, that'd be good. But I'm wanting to also, I've not done it for the past week, doing any dumbbell chest exercises. So I'm going to make sure that this week, Monday, Wednesday and Friday, I'm going to fit that in as well. But other than that, that's it, guys. I know it's been a bit of a disappointing week in terms of results. The first time seeing some body inches regained, 2 inches there, which is also a bit disappointing, but cannot be, shouldn't be a surprise really, because I've gained quite a few pounds over the last month or so, and it's got to go somewhere, and it's going around my hips and waist apparently. But yeah, anyway, enough of that. Positive result next week, that's what I'm aiming for. But other than that, guys, that's the end of this week's video. As always, if you'd like to continue following me along the weight loss journey and hopefully get to see much less of me in the future, by all means subscribe to my channel so you don't get to miss out on any future videos that I post. I wish you all a fantastic week. Stay safe, look after one another, and I'll see you all again next Sunday.